Okay, so this is going to be lesson number 2 for Microsoft Small Basic. Today we're going to talk about statements, properties, and operations. Microsoft says this lesson will take about an hour. I'll try to go a little quicker than that. So statement, properties, and operations is what we're going to talk about. So in this lesson you'll learn about statements and small basic programs, the properties of the text window object, and the operations of the text window object. When you give an instruction to a computer, you create a statement. You can write a program by creating just one statement or by creating 2 or more statements in a particular sequence. For example, you can instruct the computer to open a text window and write "Hi everyone" in it. To give this instructions, you will write the following statement in the editor. Text window dot write line and "Hi everyone," and notice that the "Hi everyone" is in quotes. So showing and hiding the text window. The text window is an object. You can instruct the computer to perform operations on that object. For example, you can display the text window object by showing the show operation. So if I type in text window dot show is an operation of text window. When you click on run, what it'll do is just open up the text window. So the text window object is this window here. It's a command line prompt. By clicking show, it just opens it up. You can also hide it by changing that to hide. The text window object has a specific set of properties such as foreground color, background color, the title, cursor top, cursor left, top left. You can use these properties to change how the text window object appears. So for example, if I were to type this in my Small Basic editor, I would open up the text window. It would have a background color of gray, a foreground color of red, the title, Fun with Small Basic Programming, cursor top equals 20, cursor left equals 30, top equals 300, and left equals 300. So this command will do all of these things. Move the cursor around. Notice that the background of this text is gray. The foreground is red. Notice that the title in the text window says small with fun with small basic programming, and then it changes the size of the text window and it places the cursor in different locations. Okay. So there are several operations within the text window object that you can use. You can show, you can hide, you can write, you could write a line, you could read, you could pause, and you could clear. Let's look at some of these. So you've already learned how to show and hide a text window. Now let's see if you can write text in the text window. So if you write "Hi, comma, everyone, how are you doing?" there's a subtle difference between the write operation and write line. Write just pushes the whatever you put in quotes, but does not start a new line. So in the editor you'll have text, write, and then it'll write this statement, and then right after that it'll write the next statement. So it says "Hi everyone" does not start a new line, it just continues to write wherever you left off. Okay. If we wanted to start a new line, we would use the operation write line, and then it would start a new line every time. So same scenario, except now we're using the operation write line. So now it'll print "Hi, comma, everyone, start a new line, how are you doing?" Write and write line are both operations of the text window object. If you use write line operation, each line of text appears as a separate line. Now in the old original version of BASIC, this used to be the print command. It would just print it on the screen. Reading a line of text is a way of getting input. So if I were to type hello and I wanted to ask a question of something, I could read the text too. So for example, would you like the computer to ask for your name or a friend's name, then say hello to both of you? Let's see how we would do that. So by typing TextWindow.write, it'll print on the screen, enter your names. Notice that there's a space between the colon and the quotation marks because the very next write command will have something else. Now what this does is this prompts you to type in something. So what we're going to type in will be saved under the variable name, and by putting equals text window read, the cursor will blink, and then I can print in the next line hello plus the name and then put the period. And we'll do this in a second separately. So what it does is it says enter your names, and then what you can do is enter your names, and then it will print hello plus whatever you've entered in on the following command. And we'll do that in just a second at the end of this video. How to pause and clear an operation. The pause operation, when we use that operation, the computer waits for the user to input before returning to the final output. If you use the clear operation, the computer clears all text from the text window. So let's write a program and see how this works. Text window.write line will start a new line and it'll print the word hi. Print pause will show a flashing cursor, and it won't do anything. It'll stay at line 4 until you select an input. Then it will run to the next line, clear, which clears the entire screen, and then it'll say hello in a new line. So first thing you'll do is you'll see this, it'll say hi, and then it'll say pause, and then it'll say press any key to continue. Once you hit the key, it clears and prints the new. I went a little too fast. When you hit enter on your screen, it'll clear the screen and print hello. So let's summarize all the stuff we did. Well, what we did is we learned how to write statements for programs in Small Basic. We learned how to change the properties of the text window object, such as its title and location. We learned to use operations like text window object and show and write line and all those things too. That's pretty much it. So what you should know how to do is write a program that displays text in a text window and do the following things. Set the position of the text window to 100. Set its left position to 200. Write a statement that makes Small Basic Programming appear in the title of the bar. Set the top position of the cursor to 10 and the left position to 20. Have the foreground color of the text be yellow, and display the sentence, "Welcome to the world of Small Basic Programming." So let's try that now, okay? So I'm going to print this off. Let's print that so I can remember what I need to do. Actually, you know what, I'm going to print the whole thing off because I need a little cheat sheet. Let me print this off here. Alright, so let's open up Small Basic. And so basically, I want to talk while I'm waiting for that stuff to print off. If I type in TE, it's going to pull up this pop-up menu, and I could choose text or I could choose text window. By selecting text window, that will open up that little window in the command line prompt, or command window is what we should call it. Notice that it defines what the program itself does. So the text window provides the text-related input-output functionalities. For example, using this class, it's possible to read and write something. And then off to the right in my help menu for the object, it explains all the different operations you could do within the text window. So I'm going to type TEX text window. Alright, and so one of the commands that I could do is I could change the background color. And so to do that, I'm going to say background color. It must have read my mind. And then I need my little cheat sheet that tells me how to change the color. And so I want to change the background color to blue, so I'm going to hit space. Then in quotes I'm going to say blue. And I think it'll work with a lowercase b. And then for the next line, what I will do is I want to work on the foreground, so I say text window. And you might say, well, why do you have to type text window again? Because I want it in the text window, duh. So we'll say the foreground, let's make it yellow. Go Lakers. We just type in the word for yellow. And then I want to put something fancy schmancy on the title of the text window. So we use the title operation. Oops. And for that I'm going to say that that is going to be, let's do LMC, computer programming club. Okay. And let's just for the fun of it, let's move some cursors around and change some things. So I'm going to do text window again, and I'm not going to move it a whole lot. So we'll do cursor top, and we'll set that equal to 5. Text window again. Dot cursor left. Oops, didn't want to do that. Got a little excited. Cursor left is equal to 10. Let's do 300 top. So if I say text window, gotta quit doing that, equals 300. Actually, that's kind of high. Let me come back and make that 100. And then we'll do cursor left equals 100. And I'm going to just type in all these commands. So let's type in another, let's type something. So text window dot right line. And I want the line to say, please enter your, whoops, name. Okay, and I'm putting a space there because I want there to be a space between where their name is and stuff. And if I do right line, that's fine. If I type right, so let's do it like this. I want to show you something. So let's do right, and let's do please. And I'm going to put a little space there, okay? And just so you guys can see how this works, and let me delete this. So what that does is that's going to print please with a space. And then I'm going to type text window again dot right, and then I'll say enter your name. And when I print that on the screen, because I didn't say right line, it will look like one line. Whoops. Okay, so you could see the difference between writing and right line. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I want them to enter in a name. And when they enter in the name, what I want them to do is save whatever they type as a variable. Okay. So the way that I would do that is I would say name, that's my variable, and I'm going to define that as equaling whatever they type in the text window with the operation of read. And so there'll be a cursor, it'll blink, and then whatever they type in is there. And so then I want to say hello to them, so I'll say text window dot, and I want to write a new line. So I use write line, and I'm going to say, well, hello there. Now here's the tricky part. I always forget to put that space. So I'm going to say, well, hello, plus sign, name. See how it automatically pulls that up? And then to put a period at the end of the sentence, I have to say, whoops, plus okay. And then one last thing, one of the other commands was the pause and the clear. So now I'm going to put a pause in there, so if I type in text window, okay, then I'm going to put, oops, dot pause. And what that will do is it'll say press any key to continue. So it will wait until I press a key, and my next line will be dot clear, and that will clear the screen. And then what I want to do is I'm going to copy and paste these. So what I did is I highlighted them, then I'm going to click copy, move my cursor down here and hit paste, but I'm going to change these. So let's do a white background with a blue foreground. Let's do red. Okay. And now I'm going to say text window, and let's write another line. Write line. You have cleared the screen, oops, space that. Thanks. Okay. So let's hit run and see if it works. Okay, so all those little commands that I typed in, it shifted it over, moved things over, changed the size of the screen and all that. And I'm going to type in Mr. Adams. It says, well, hello there, Mr. Adams. Please press any key to continue. What? Do you see that? How cool is that? It's a lot of typing. Let's watch that one more time. Please enter your name. Ted. Well, hello there, Ted. Press any key to continue. You have cleared the screen, Ted. Thanks. Pretty cool, huh?